Hi, welcome to this tutorial. This is Santosh. In this tutorial, I'll show you how you can do a basic website, right? And we will discuss how to get started with web development. All right, ready for this? Let's get started. But before that, let me ask you to subscribe to the channel. Please go ahead and click on subscribe and also press the bell notification so that I can continue making videos for you. Let's get started. So, if you go to my website, which is in the description below, there is a tutorial that I have written for this, right? How to begin how to become a web developer, right? So in day-to-day world, web development is highly sought out skill. It's a skill that you develop once you start working technically. You can create blogs, you can create e-commerce websites, you can create social media networks, uh, everything that you see around now, for example, e-commerce, social media networks, blogs, they all are part of something called as online experience. So to create things like this, you need web development. Whether you are looking to start a new career, build your own project, understand the technology behind it, you are on the right video. Learning web development is rewarding and it's a practical endeavor. When they say it's practical endeavor, you need to do what I do here so that you learn what web development is, right? What is web development then? Web development refers to the process of creating and maintaining websites. So what do? You create websites. Once the websites are created, you start maintaining those websites. That is called as web development. It involves a variety of tasks from designing user interfaces, for example, whatever the user sees, to writing code to why do you write the code? You write the code so that you add functionality to those websites. You want to achieve a particular task, you go ahead and write a code. And then managing databases. Why do you need databases? You need databases to store data. And how do you use the databases? You go ahead and manage them. You add to them, you delete, you update, you create, right? All those things are called as managing databases. Web development can be broadly divided into three areas. So there are mainly three areas in web development. Let's discuss what the three areas and their functionalities or objectives. Front-end development. Front-end development focuses on client side of the web application, right? What do they mean when they say focuses on client side of the web application? It basically says that whatever the user sees is called as front end, right? Everything the user interacts with directly is called as front end. You go ahead and create that using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are called as front end activities or front end development activities, right? So these are visually appealing and functional websites. These might be prototypes that you create or any other things that you build around it. Then we have backend development. This involves server side of web applications. For example, if it is client server architecture that you are following, then you need backend development as well. Then what you do is process the data on the server side. That is when you need backend development. This involves server side of the web application. Backend developers manage the server, they manage the database, they manage the application logic, they ensure that everything works smoothly behind the scenes. So, what are the common languages then that we study to achieve or do all these activities? You study Python, Ruby, PHP, and JavaScript. So nowadays, the booming thing, I mean, most of these Python is heavily used, PHP is heavily used, and JavaScript, which is Node.js these days, is heavily used as well. So the last thing is the last vertical is full stack development. What is full stack development then? Full stack development involves being equally efficient and proficient in both front-end and back-end development activities. For example, you know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you know a language such as Python, PHP, or any other language that is used for backend development, right? Such as Ruby or Node.js, right? So they have the skills to build entire web applications from scratch, handling everything from the front end user interface to the server side management. So those are the three main areas in which you do web development activity. So let's keep these videos short. Please subscribe to the channel. In the next video, I'll go ahead and help you with getting started with the basics. I'll show you how you can go ahead and create a web page and modify it with the example. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.